Hey, what's up guys? It's Scares here. Now our first story for today comes from the massive YouTuber Daily Dose of Internet. So recently, Daily Dose got a copyright strike on his channel. He tweeted out saying, some guy made a fake company, gave me a copyright strike, and told me they would remove it if I paid the ransom. So my network countered the strike and threatened to sue. The strike was removed and bro erased himself from the internet. What a loser. And Daily Dose even says here that they were able to track down who this person really is. So this is a big deal. I mean, Daily Dose is one of the top YouTubers on the platform, and obviously he was getting blackmailed here. It was a horrible situation, but his network stepped in and they were going to sue the person who did this to him. Now, the next story for today comes from FaZe Clan. I'm sure many of you know about the situation that happened with FaZe over the past month or so. Basically, FaZe Clan got called out by some of the top members of the team. They called them out saying that FaZe is now corrupt and that there are big corporate interests who have corrupted the team, and they are basically taking over. And this has been very apparent in FaZe Clan's stock price. I mean, it looks like they're also being delisted from the NASDAQ now. I mean, FaZe is really in a bad spot. It actually looks like the organization might be in a dire situation financially right now. So the whole thing has just been really, really scary for a lot of the big FaZe members who want to be able to save the team, like FaZe Rain and FaZe Tico and other big members. And just yesterday, it was announced that Snoop Dogg has resigned from the FaZe Clan board of directors. So for those who don't know, when FaZe Clan went public, Snoop Dogg was a big part of this, okay? And it looked like he was getting a lot out of FaZe Clan actually, and it turns out that he is now resigned. He's dipped out of FaZe. He's no longer part of the team, and obviously people are just leaving the team because the situation's really bad for them right now. Hopefully the leaders are able to save it, or at least that's what a lot of the fans are hoping for right now. Okay, so our next story for today is huge. This comes from one of MrBeast's crew members, Chris. I'm sure you guys all know who Chris is. He's like one of the most well-known and well-loved MrBeast members, but Chris recently announced something here that is some pretty incredible news. He says here that he is now on hormone replacement therapy, and he says here that it has saved his life. He says, informed consent HRT saved me and many others' lives. The hurdles gender non-conforming people have to jump through to get life-saving, gender-affirming healthcare in a first world country is wild to me. Just let people make informed decisions about their own bodies. And recently there's been people on Twitter who have been posting about how Chris looks like he's changed a lot recently, and Chris responded saying it's HRT and it's only been 2 months. So it looks like as of right now, Chris is gender non-conforming, and it looks like you can call him by any pronouns. They tweet out saying, I'm genuinely so glad that so many people are learning what HRT is and how it can and has helped so many people because of my tweet. I was super nervous to be public about this because I've always been so private when it comes to this, but seeing conversations started because of me is amazing. It makes everything so worth it. I'm so excited to have more conversations like this in the future with you all. So Chris right now is getting overwhelming support from the creator community, but there are some viewers and other people who are upset because they say here that Chris has kids, and it sounds like they're upset that he's now taking these hormones. One person says, there goes a father figure the kid won't ever be able to look up to. Now Chris responds saying, this is just more dog whistling that somehow trans and gender non-conforming folks aren't safe around kids. Tucker begs for me to come back when I leave for like 2 days to film. He is so loved and happy. Kids aren't born with hate. It's taught by people like you. And my child will only know love. I know I'm going to be a great parent, and so is every other person who puts the love of their child before everything. I made this decision because I wanted to show up as my best and happiest self for him. In a way, this was for Tucker. So first off, he says that this did save his life, and he's doing this because it makes him happier, so it's going to be better for his kid. Now our next story for today comes from YouTube. So this is a really serious situation happening to a lot of people on YouTube. You might have gotten these emails as well. They're being sent to a lot of people who just have accounts on YouTube. Basically, there is an email coming out that looks like it's from YouTube itself. It literally has in the email header and in the actual email YouTube. It says no reply at YouTube, and it says that YouTube is changing their policies and rules and that you need to click somewhere, and essentially what they're doing is they're trying to take your account, okay? YouTube tweeted out saying, heads up, we're seeing reports of a phishing attempt showing a no reply at youtube.com as the sender. Be cautious and don't download and access any file if you get this email. So people are asking, how is it even possible that these hackers are using the actual YouTube domain to email people? Well, it turns out this could be because of an old share video by mail system that YouTube had, and apparently the channel name that they use is Team YouTube, so it looks like it might be a real email from YouTube. So just be very careful from clicking any links or downloading anything, even if it looks like it's real. I mean, YouTube definitely would not send you third-party software to download, like ever. And moving on to our main story for today, I mean, this is absolutely huge. This has been everywhere over the past week. So for those of you who don't know, KSI has been in a lot of controversy, okay? And this is because in the most recent Sidemen video, he said a word that has gotten people very upset. And this word is known as a very offensive racial slur towards South Asian people around the world, but especially in the UK, okay? So this is really bad, and you have many Pakistani people who are very upset with KSI over this, and there are many people saying that they hope that he can make amends, and the Sidemen channel quickly removed the video from YouTube, and KSI tweeted out saying, "I want to apologize for saying a racial slur in a recent Sidemen video. There's no excuse, no matter the circumstances. I shouldn't have said it, and I'm sorry. I've always said to my audience that they shouldn't worship me or put me on a pedestal because I'm human. I'm not perfect. I'm going to mess up in life, and lately I've been messing up a lot. So I've decided I'm going to just take a break from social media for a while." Now, Jake Paul responded to KSI's apology, saying, "You're a fake guy with fake apologies every other week. I hope you take this more serious than taking a break off social media so you can focus on training and then reappearing 2 weeks before your fight saying you're a new man. Meet with British South Asian community leaders, get with the right charities, and give back. I made my own mistakes in my early 20s, but we are too old for this behavior. I look forward to knocking you the fuck out on behalf of all South Asians around the world, you 30-year-old prick." So Jake is bashing KSI here, and you have a lot of people responding to Jake saying that it looks like whenever KSI does anything wrong, Jake's always going to be there to bash him and to make him look worse. But a lot of people feel like Jake has the right idea here and that KSI should give back to the South Asian community in some way. Now, the official Sidemen organization posted saying, "During yesterday's Sidemen Sunday, a racial slur was said during the video. We accept that it was completely unacceptable and inexcusable, and the fact that the incident was made light of on the show was wrong and compounded the hurt. We deeply regret this and would like to truly apologize. We have reflected on this incident both collectively and individually, and we are truly ashamed that we have let ourselves and you guys down in this way. We want to use our channels to promote positivity and great entertainment. We stand against racism and discrimination of any kind, and we failed to do that. Again, we are truly sorry and promise to do better." Vic from the Sidemen tweeted out saying, "Following our group statement, I want to make a personal apology to everyone hurt by my reaction to comments made in this last week's Sidemen video. As a South Asian, I fell short of my responsibility to ensure that this racial slur that sadly I'm all too familiar with is not tolerated nor trivialized. This is a mistake that I won't ever make again." KSI also came out with a public apology last night for his comments. Just watch this.
"I want to address a recent incident in a video whereby my actions have affected many people, especially in the South Asian community. I want to take this opportunity to offer my deepest and most sincere apologies for my words and actions. In a recent video, I used a racial term that is offensive to so many, especially in the South Asian community. There were no excuses for what I said, and I recognize I've caused a lot of hurt and disappointment to so many people that look up to me. And my ignorance has only reinforced the negative stereotypes that have existed for way too long in this country. I want to express my heartfelt regret for what I said, and I want you to know that I am genuinely ashamed and deeply sorry for any pain or suffering I have caused.
So KSI is getting a lot of backlash here, but he keeps saying here that he's going to try to give back. And obviously you have a lot of South Asians and specifically Pakistani people who felt very impacted by this statement, saying that they hope that he's able to do this and that he's able to regain their respect in the future. And just yesterday, it looked like KSI tried to make amends here. He visited a mosque in Bradford.
With the intention of malice. Even those probably sat on the side, man, they probably didn't understand. They might have just been like,
you know what?
Laughed off
it was ignorance from what I saw. You know, that's what it was.
Did I not mention that word? Yeah. But that's what he's part of learning.
Yeah. Everyone
he's here to learn about what it is. He's never been in a mosque, he said.
Now, one YouTuber who's been very critical of KSI over the situation is the YouTuber Kavos. And Kavos responded to KSI visiting this mosque. He says, "Honestly, I'm not trying to hate, but why does KSI need to go to a mosque to understand that a slur is bad? He knew it wasn't something he should say, and you should see it in the Sidemen video. It comes across as very PR damage control, and of course there is a camera ready." So there definitely was a lot of mixed feedback to this tweet from Kavos. There are people saying that what do you want KSI to do in this situation then? It looks like he's trying to do what he can at this point. And our next topic comes from the huge creator Valkyrae. It looks like she recently had her car broken into. She lives in LA. She says, it could always be worse, but it was truly just a matter of time living in LA. And she shows here that her Lamborghini got broken into just the other day. And the next topic for today's video comes from the streaming platform Kick. So we've been talking about Kick a lot lately because, well, it's kind of like the new big streamer platform. And interestingly enough, there are a lot of streamers moving to Kick right now, like a lot of streamers. And it's because Kick provides way more revenue than stuff like Twitch. I mean, there are even creators that are getting Kick tattoos because they're so excited about the platform and what it offers creators. Apparently there are creators making a ton of money there, but at the same time people are asking, can Kick really keep this up? Because we've seen this with other platforms like Mixer before. I don't know if you guys remember that, but there's other streaming platforms that were created and they were really big at one point and then they just died. So people don't know if Kick is going to stay alive here. There's also been a lot of controversy surrounding them because of their lax terms of service, and there's a lot of stuff they allow on the platform, but they tweet out saying, I don't think you understand what's about to happen. So apparently they're going to pick up some really big streamers that we don't know about in the future. Now, a lot of big people in the community, big players in the community are watching this right now. One creator tweeted out saying, I'm very curious to see how these Kick streamers posting big payouts fare next month and the month after, because 95% of your revenue coming from gifted subs is extremely volatile. Now, Ninja is apparently watching this very closely. He responded saying, I've been looking at this constantly. Every single streamer that are posting their revenue have 99% of their subs gifted. It does a great job showing the possibility of how much can be made, but it's incredibly unstable. Lots of reality checks about to happen. So even though Ninja streams everywhere now, it doesn't look like he's actually interested in getting on Kick. But this really begs the question, is Kick just another unstable platform that can't compete with Twitch and YouTube? Or are they actually going to pull through this and be another big platform name that we're talking about years from now? And that's it for our video today, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed. If you did, please be sure to leave a thumbs up, and I'll see you later. Peace.